I've been seeing a lot of women on Twitter tweeting with their office computers that the men in their offices or at their workplace, wherever they work, are isolating them. Why wouldn't we? Let's go into story mode. Jacob had been working at the same company for over a decade. He loved his job and took pride in his work. However, one day, his life took a dramatic turn when he was accused of harassment by his female colleague, Christiana. It all started when Christiana joined the company as a new employee. Jacob was asked to show her the ropes and help her settle in. Jacob was friendly and helpful, and he did everything he could to make Christiana feel comfortable at work. However, after a few weeks, Christiana started to act differently around Jacob. She seemed distant and cold, and Jacob could not understand why. One day, Jacob was called into the HR office and was told that Christiana had accused him of harassment. Jacob was shocked and confused. He had never done anything to make Christiana feel uncomfortable. He was always respectful and professional around her. The company launched an investigation, and Jacob was suspended from work pending the outcome. During the investigation, Christiana claimed that Jacob had made inappropriate comments about her body and had touched her inappropriately. Jacob vehemently denied the allegations. He was devastated. His reputation was in tatters, and he was worried about losing his job. Investigation dragged on for months, and Jacob was in limbo. He felt isolated and alone. His colleagues started to treat him differently, and he could see the pity in their eyes. He was convinced that he would be found guilty and his career would be over. However, after months of investigation, the truth finally came out. It turned out that Christiana had made up the allegations to cover up her own mistakes at work. She was in danger of losing her job, and she thought that accusing Jacob of harassment would deflect attention away from her. Jacob was exonerated, and Christiana was fired. However, the damage had already been done. Jacob's reputation had been tarnished, and he had lost months of his life worrying and stressing. He also felt angry and betrayed by Christiana, who had forcefully accused him of such a serious offense. In the end, Jacob decided to leave the company and start fresh somewhere else. He couldn't bear to work alongside Christiana's colleagues who had treated him so poorly during the investigation. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but he was just glad that he had been cleared of the false allegations. Looks like American men are taking a cue from Vice President Mike Pence on office behavior. They're following his lead by avoiding solo dinner sessions with women who aren't their wives. A recent study shows that men are more hesitant to approach women at work these days, maybe because they're still salty about the whole Me Too movement. Who knew that Mike Pence would become such a style icon for the corporate world? It turns out most guys have a solid understanding of the difference between a friendly hug and a creepy one. They know what's appropriate and what crosses the line into harassment territory. So what gives? Why are so many men steering clear of any interactions with women in the workplace? It's a head-scratcher, to say the least. Could it be that some men are actually more annoyed about the Me Too movement than they are scared of getting in trouble? It seems like they're taking their frustrations out on women by avoiding any and all interaction with them in the workplace. It's almost like they're throwing a tantrum because they had to take a hard look at their behavior and the power dynamics they used to take for granted. Let's talk about the headline of that Harvard Business Review article that gave us a sneak peek of the 2019 study. It's called The Me Too Backlash, which kind of sounds like they're saying Me Too was a little too much and men are just responding naturally. It's frustratingly difficult to put a stop to this nonsense. If we speak up, they just call us whiners or throw around ridiculous terms like incels as if that's supposed to mean something. Even though we get attacked when we speak up, we can't just stay silent. We've got to keep spreading the word and raising awareness wherever we can. But if push comes to shove, there's always the option of non-compliance. You know, avoid working with women, talking to them, or being friends with them. Instead, focus on building strong relationships with your bros and dad. Go hiking, camping, fishing, or hunting together. When they realize how much they need us to change the tire, move the couch, or fix the door, maybe then they'll start to come around. It's frustrating, but it seems like no matter how much data we throw at them, or how many compelling arguments we make, they just don't care about men's issues like suicide rates or the struggles of family court. They're like a brick wall, impossible to penetrate. So, what can we do? Well, the best course of action might just be to stop complying altogether. Don't lift a finger to help them out. Of course, that's easier said than done, especially with our natural desire for, sex. It's like an internal battle between our brains and our dicks. Okay guys, it's time to protect yourselves from any potential accusations in the workplace. No more one-on-one combos with female coworkers, not even online. And if you show up to a meeting and there's only one other woman there, peace out and take a coffee break until more people arrive. If she's your subordinate, bring a coworker along for the ride. And if she's your boss, you can't bring anyone else. Make sure to record the meeting just in case. And if she starts yapping about non-work stuff, make sure you've got a witness nearby. And as for office romance, forget about it. You've got to wait until one of you switches companies. Safety first, guys. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time, cheers.